All right, 35 says Jamal, Gary, Charlie, and Brian are going to stand in line, one behind the other. In how many different ways can they stand in line? Now, this one is actually a permutation. All right, so for permutations, all right, I mean, you could do a table for this. It's going to take you a little while, though. You do how many people there are. Okay, so 4 people can stand in line in the first spot. All right, in the second spot, somebody's got to stand in line first. So that means 3 people can stand in line second. All right, third, same thing. Somebody's got to be in second and first. So that means two more people can stand in third. And then for fourth, somebody's got to be first, second, and third. So then there's only 1 remaining for 4. So I can do 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that's 24. All right, so this problem is it's called a permutation. All right, it always kind of works for that. You take how many people there are, and really you kind of subtract 1 from each one and multiply as you go. For 38, it says, what is the value of y when negative 5 equals y minus 7 divided by 9, all right? So for this one, again, we want to get y by itself, all right? So the first thing we want to do, can't do anything until we get rid of the division bar, so we want to get rid of this 9. Okay, remember we do the opposite, so it's division. We want to multiply it because that's the opposite of division. Okay, and that will cancel that out. So 9 times negative 5 is negative 54. All right, now that I got rid of the 9 on the bottom, I'm going to erase that. And now what I have left is this y minus 7. All right, and then remember I want y by itself, so I want to get rid of the minus 7 by doing plus 7. All right, and that would give me negative 38. Negative 45 plus 7 is negative 38, which is C. All right, let me erase that and do 39. For 39, it says, which choice has a value that is closest to the value of the following expression? All right, so we do have subtraction here, so we want to get a common denominator for this one. All right, 12 doesn't go into 40, but I believe that it goes into, well, I know one thing it goes into is 120, because you can times that by 10. All right, so if I times that by 10, that gives me 170. 17 times 10 is 170. All right, and this one I'd want to times by 3. So I'd want to figure out 49 times 3. So that would be 27. Carry my 2, and that'd be 147. All right. So for me getting the common denominator, I would subtract 170 from my 147. That would give me 23. So that's 23 out of 120. All right. And it says, which is the closest? I don't think I can simplify that. All right, so I kind of got to figure out, for instance, if it was 20 out of 120, for instance, I'm going to round it. Okay, I could divide both of these by 4. Or maybe even, no, I can divide by 5, actually. So I can divide them both by, oh, actually, no, I can divide both by 10. All right, so if I divide that by 10, oh, even more, I can do 20. Just thought about that. So I can divide both of these by 20. 20 divided by 20 is 1. 120 divided by 20 is 6. So it's closest to 1/6. So I kind of got to round, kind of get a close answer to that to see what it would be. So it would be 1/6. All right. Last one. All right, so it says the equation is y equals 6.75x models the cost in dollars to purchase X pounds of steak at grocery store 1. Table shows the cost to buy different weights of steak at grocery 2. All right, which statement is true? So basically what this equation is telling me is that the unit rate is 6.75, and we can get that by doing y divided by x. All right. Usually when they do a table, they just go in order. All right. First one's x, the second one's y. So if I take, for the second part, if I take 15 divided by 2, that will give me the unit rate for the second grocery store. So if I do 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5 or $7.50. All right, that's how much it costs for 1 pound. So grocery store 2 costs a little more. So we want to look at what it says. It says the cost of steak at grocery store 1 is 75 cents less. All right, that's actually the answer, because if you look, if I take these and subtract it, that is 75 cents. All right, so, and it is less, so that would be correct. So I don't have to go any further, so that one would just be A. It says the table shows the number of points 2 teams scored in 5 games. What's the difference in the mean absolute deviation of the 2 teams? Okay, so remember this stands for the MAD. All right, and for the MAD, we first want to find the mean of each one. So for team 1, I do 51 plus 47 plus 35 plus 48 plus 64. Add that up, that's 245. And then divide that by 5, because that's how many numbers there are. So that should give you 49. So 49 is the mean for team 1. I'm going to do the same thing for team 2, 27 plus 55 plus 53 plus 38 plus 41. It's 214 divided by 5. That's 42.8. And we're going to round that to 43. So remember, for MAD, you can always round it to the nearest whole number. All right, now the second step is to take these mean numbers and subtract it from each number in the set. So let's do team 1 first. So I do 51 minus 49 is 2. All right, remember, when the mean is higher than that, we want to flip the order, so I get positive. So I want 49 minus 47 for the second one, which is 2. Then 49 minus 35, it's 14. 49 minus 48, which is 1. And then 64 minus 49, which is 15. All right, so then I got 5 numbers here. I want to add those up and divide by 5 again, and that will give me my MAD. So 2 plus 2 plus 14 plus 1 plus 15 is 34 divided by 5. Should give me 6.8. Okay. All right, and then for next one is, let's see. Oh, I erased it. So it's 43. So it's 43, right? So we want to do 43 minus 27 is 16. 55 minus 43 is 12. 53 minus 43 is 10. 43 minus 38 is 5. And then 43 minus 41 is 2. So then I'm going to add all those up. 16 plus 12 plus 10 plus 5 plus 2 should give me 45. And then divide by 5 should give me 9. So the difference between those two is about 2.2, right, which is closest to A. All right. So it would be A for that one. All right, then for 42, it says Daniel earned $8 per hour at his job. He works 35 hours each week, and then he received a 5% increase. How much more money did Daniel earn each week after the pay increase? All right, so what I can do is I can do $8 an hour times 35. So that gives me, if I do 35 times 8, okay, that gives me how much you made for the week. So we made $280 for the week. All right, now if that's increased by 5%, all right, we want to take 280 and times it by 5%, and that will give me how much more money he made, and that's $14. So that would be B. All right, so remember, a lot of times with percents, you're just going to multiply. Probably 90% of the time, if not more, you're going to multiply the percents by the numbers. All right, for 43, okay, here we have another statistics one that is talking about the range. All right, now luckily these ones are in order. All right, so remember the range is just the highest minus the lowest. So the highest score is 94. Lowest score is 52. So I'm going to take 94 minus 52, and that's going to give me 42. So that's going to be C. All right, for number 44, that's a surface area question. So remember, for surface area, I want to find the area of each individual shape. So the two triangles, this is a triangular prism. So I have a triangle here and a triangle here. Those two will be the same. All right, and remember, for a triangle, we do base times height divided by 2. So the base is here for the height. Okay, usually they draw that up and down, so that's 3.5. And then I want to divide it by 2. So 4 times 3.5 divided by 2 should give me 7. So I'll write it here, and then I'm probably going to erase it. But I got 7 and 7. So the two triangles are each 7. Okay, I'm going to just keep those over here so I know that those are 7. All right, then we have 3 more rectangles to do. So I got to do the bottom rectangle here. All right, that is the 4 times 5. Okay, so that's 20. So the bottom rectangle is 20. So I could say bottom right here. Bottom is 20. Okay, here's the two triangles. Two triangles were 7. All right, then I got the side triangles now, the side rectangles. This one, and then the back one here. They're both rectangles, and they're both actually going to be the same. All right, and these actually happen to also be 4 times 5 because this is the slant height. The slant height is 4 and then 5. So those are actually both 20 as well. So then I want to add everything up to get my total. So it would be 20 plus 20 plus 20, that's 60. And then plus 7 plus 7, and that would be 74. So that would be B. Okay, so I want to add all those up. All right, so remember, for surface area, you're just finding the area of each individual shape. There are 4 shapes on that. There's 2 triangles and 3 rectangles. All right, and then for the last one, this is a probability question. It says the probability that a person in a certain town has brown eyes is 2 out of 5. A survey of 250 people from the same town was taken. How many people would be expected to have brown eyes? So if I'd set up a proportion for this. So it says if I have 2 out of 5, right, we want to know how many people would have brown eyes out of 450. All right. And then to solve this, I would cross multiply. 5 times x is 5x. 2 times 450 is 900. And then I just want to divide that by 5. So 900 divided by 5 is 180. All right, which would be C.